Assalamualaikum everyone, this is Mr. Hassan, very active star instructor, and we are back with another show. We didn't have a name, but still. By the way, today we have two amazing certified divers with us. Both are females, by the way. What an awesome people and divers. Again, you don't have to laugh about it. Okay, let me introduce our guest number one. Mehek Ali, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, Mustafa, and the audience. How are you all?
Yeah. By the way, in a small corner we have Marium Ali.
Hi.
Mehek, we discussed about it. We try to translate into Urdu, right? Most of our viewers are in Pakistan, right? A few of them are sitting outside. So Mehek, tell us about yourself. What do you do?
So मेरा background psychology में I've done my undergrad and masters in psychology. फिलहाल मैं public health में काम कर रही हूँ. My focus is on community psychology. तो मेरा काफ़ी field work होता है. I spend a lot of time in indigenous communities. समझने के लिए कि उनके health behaviors क्या हैं, उनके practices क्या हैं, ताकि हम उनके लिए appropriate health interventions design कर सकें. तो वो मेरा काम है. On the side मेरी दिलचस्पी है in ocean conservation. I love the ocean. I've always loved the ocean. So I spend a lot of time in the water and also trying to see how I can make ocean life better. And on the side I do a lot of other things like मैं yoga करती हूँ, कभी-कभार yoga सिखाती भी हूँ, but I'm not a yoga teacher. And I have a lot of other sport interests. So yeah.
Right. So I think you are an active member of ORB Pakistan.
Yeah,
right?
so I've volunteered. So part of ocean conservation was कि मैंने ORB के साथ volunteer किया था. I still am. I think my engagement with them is less now. But I'm hoping to reinstill it. Actually, I want to make partnerships with ORB and other institutions ताकि हम systemic solutions निकालें.
Perfect. So by the way, we had our last previous guest, Mr. Usman, जो coordinator थे ORB Pakistan के, so he's the main guy who is taking care of this region. So Mehek is one of the members, or you can say a voluntary divers, who mostly take care of the surface support, right?
So far.
Yes.
So far.
Eventually here.
You're right.
Okay. So another question, right? What is your level in scuba diving?
अभी फिलहाल मैंने पैडी ओपन वाटर किया है. I intend to do advanced, inshallah this year. Fingers crossed. Season खुले. But so far open water.
Perfect. So you are open water certified diver.
Yes, open water certified.
So how do you come across scuba diving? Just like that? You want to become a scuba diver? Or?
Yeah, लंबी कहानी है.
You have time.
I'll keep it short. When I was a kid, like I said, I always loved the water. So बचपन में I had always seen in movies like ये दो पता नहीं पानी में जाके diving कर रहे हैं. But for whatever reason, I never had that exposure in Karachi. Even though now I'm at this age, I meet friends and they're like, हाँ मैं तो जब 5-6 साल की थी मेरे uncle diving करते थे. And I was like, where was I at this time, right? But of course, my interest was always in marine biology, which I never got to study. लेकिन क्योंकि I was always fascinated with the water, until I was much older, I didn't discover कि scuba diving was an option. So I think 5-6 years ago, I discovered कि यहाँ पे scuba diving है, and I was like, this is amazing. I live here, I have access here, I believe in local response, so I got in the water. That's how I discovered it.
Perfect. Okay, viewers, let's talk few words with our next guest.
Hello.
Miss Marium, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, alhamdulillah. So, same questions, right? With different, perspective.
Right.
Who are you?
I'm Marium Ali. I work for the Dawn Media Group as the Associate Creative Manager. I'm a graphic designer by education from Indus School of Arts and Architecture.
Nice.
And yes, I am also an open water paddy diver.
So, another question. How do you come across scuba diving? How it all started?
I've always been interested in. Should I look at you or the camera?
Up to you. You can.
Okay, it's very distracting. Okay.
No problem.
No, so I've always been interested in the outdoors. इस वक्त मेरी अगर आप पूछेंगे happy place क्या है तो या तो वो पहाड़ के ऊपर है या फिर समंदर के नीचे है. So as a child, by the way, also interested in marine biology. Loved the beach. हमारी अक्सर हम लोग पिकनिक्स पे जाया करते थे जानवरों के साथ बड़ा.
See you?
नहीं
अच्छा housefly.
I remember the first time I watched a turtle laying eggs. It was the most fascinating thing in the world. And then I found out that I shouldn't have watched the turtle laying eggs, and I felt very irresponsible. But point being, always very, very fascinated. So I knew that scuba diving hoti hai Karachi mein, but I did not know about Indus scuba until a colleague of mine told me about it. And I didn't realize how accessible it all was. I always thought कभी मैं ज़िंदगी में करूँगी, but जब actually करने पे आया, it wasn't very difficult and it was actually a very comfortable experience.
Right. So nice words. Okay, viewers, हम एक छोटी सी ब्रेक पे जाते हैं. We'll come back after a few minutes. Okay guys, we are back. So Miss Marium, 2-3 सवाल लगे थे हमारे, मैं पूछ लूँ. So you are a PADI certified diver,
Yes.
right? So you must have a card or license, something.
Yes, I
Can you
do.
Yeah.
Should I pan it out?
It's fine. Okay, you are like a gold card by the way.
Yeah, it's gold with all these stars on it.
Nice. 5 stars. By the way, guys, once you become a certified diver with Indus Scuba, you are awarded by a plastic gold card. It's from PADI, right? And it says open water diver from PADI, and it has 5 stars. 5 stars is our rating, and on the other side is your all the data, your name, your instructor name, number, the dive center, and a small logo of project aware, right? We'll talk about it later on.
Okay.
So Marium Ali, your journey throughout the scuba diving, how it all started. I mean, yes, you told us
So,
the initial part,
background emotions के बारे में हमने बात कर ली है, and then
the actual thing.
So the first dive was a discovery dive. Once we got through a pool session and a little bit of training with Indus Scuba, we went for a discovery dive, which was 20 minutes. It doesn't sound like a lot, but when I was under the water, it felt like an hour, and it was very challenging. What is it called again?
What? Equalizing.
Equalizing
Yeah.
is not a joke. It's a thing, okay? But and literally there was a moment where I was like, ये तो नहीं होने वाला, ये तो scene ही नहीं है, ये नहीं हो पाएगा. But I'm so glad that I got through it, because once you're there and once you get comfortable, it's a different world. If you're into the outdoors, एक अलग ही जहाँ है पानी के नीचे, and you have to see it. It's like an alien environment.
70% of the entire Earth is underwater.
Yeah, and like if you've seen pictures and if they fascinate you, imagine being around it, and it's fascinating things everywhere you look. So it's amazing. The one thing that I did enjoy about that dive was our trainer was, because safety first, he was holding on to us and he kind of took us around, and I'm not into that. वो जगह इतनी मज़ेदार थी. I wanted to kind of be able to explore on my own, kind of be able to move around freely in that space, and so we decided to get a certification, and here we are.
A certified divers.
And now I'm a certified diver and I can do it on my own.
So
And a team with a buddy.
yeah, again, guys, you cannot dive alone. You need a buddy. Right? You
I
can't.
said with a buddy.
Yeah, you cannot dive alone. Yeah, that's wrongful. Did you dive anywhere else other than Pakistan?
I haven't got the chance to, but I want
Will
to.
you?
Of course.
Okay.
Now that I can.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, back to our Miss Mehek Ali. So Mehek Ali, what's your journey? How it all happened? I mean,
My journey. तो थोड़ी सी background information. Like Mariam, I love the outdoors, and like I said, मुझे पानी बहुत पसंद है. तो मैंने बहुत वक्त गुजारा है ocean में swimming करनी. I don't like swimming in a pool. I find it unnatural and stifling. It's just not natural. So I've always enjoyed swimming in the ocean. And so जब ये diving की opportunity मेरे सामने आई, I said that I want to do it for several reasons. एक तो था कि
सब कर रहे हैं, मैं भी कर लेती हूँ.
No, honestly not, because at that time I didn't know anyone who was diving. सिर्फ मेरा एक दोस्त था who I knew who was diving, and it wasn't until I entered the community that I realized there are all these other divers out there.
Right.
But one of the reasons that I wanted to get into it was that I am in awe of the ocean. Like Mustafa was just saying, 70% of the world is ocean. 70% of our bodies are water. And I mean, underground, under the ocean, it's space. It's like discovering the universe. You know, there's
It's
all
a different
these
planet.
बिल्कुल.
It is a different
It
part
is
of
kind
the
of a
planet.
different planet. आपकी मुख्तलिफ life forms हैं जो आपने शायद कभी discover ही नहीं की हों. I mean, how fascinating is that? You know, so just the sheer being in amazement was one of the reasons I really wanted to get into the water.
Did you see something in the water? I mean, apart from the shark?
We'll get to that later.
She saw a shark?
I saw a whale shark. We'll talk about it.
Ooh.
Not here, not here.
Yeah, not here.
Yeah.
No, so I mean, obviously, when I first went into the water, another background experience. The second reason I wanted to get into it is because I wanted to conquer some of my own fears. मेरी हिस्ट्री है थोड़ी एंग्जाइटी के साथ, तो मेरे लिए एक्चुअली मरीन के लिए उसका बहुत स्मूथ एक्सपीरियंस था, मेरा बिल्कुल स्मूथ एक्सपीरियंस नहीं था. इट एक्चुअली टुक मी 2 years टू गेट माई सर्टिफिकेशन. पहले साल जब मैंने किया था, I had I think 2 panic attacks in the water, and Mustafa was my buddy. So I couldn't buddy up with anyone else. I had to be with Mustafa because he was my safe person. So it took me a while to get comfortable in the water. Equalize नहीं कर पा रही थी, मुझे claustrophobia है, तो ऊपर होना can sometimes feel intimidating. तो पहले साल में तो मैं कर ही नहीं पा रही थी. मेरी पूल स्किल्स हो गई थी, ओपन वाटर में मैं नहीं कर पा रही थी. I just had a really tough time. And then I switched jobs incidentally, and suddenly things just became smooth.
Really?
Yeah. तो obviously it was कि मेरी ज़िंदगी में दूसरे stressors थे जो manifest कर रहे थे in my dive experience. And मेरे second साल में जब मैं आई, थोड़ा सा I did have again a little bit of a struggle. लेकिन I just decided in my mind that I want to do this for so many important reasons. I have to conquer this fear, and I got in the water. And एक दिन मेरी skills अच्छी तरह से complete हो गई, and I was like, yes.
Good stuff. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. So I mean, I was very happy. Like after 2 years of struggling, I actually managed to get the open water. So it was a really tough journey. It really
a bigger
was.
achievement.
So you talk about whale shark.
So this year, for the first time, I got to scuba dive outside of Pakistan.
Okay.
Pakistan में there's wonderful marine life, but obviously it's limited. Just हमारा ecosystem ही ऐसा है. जब आप जाएंगे पानी में आप देखेंगे. Thailand में मैं गई थी, and वहाँ पे I dove at Sail Rock, and just by chance वहाँ पे गई थी. It was my first dive.
As a certified diver.
As a certified diver in another country, which is a fantastic perk to having an open water certification or any dive certification. And so I was just swimming, and casually मैं swim कर रही हूँ, and my dive instructor like waves at us and points. He's like, and we're like, yeah, what? And we see this beautiful 6 to 7 meter long whale shark emerge out of the water, and it was majestic. इतनी वो खूबसूरत, उसके पीछे पीछे पूरी मछलियों की trail. I mean, it was stunning, and वो इतनी serene और calm creature है. It swam above me at one point, and I was like, again,
oh my God.
It's just you feel so small and humbled by that experience. No?
Yeah.
जब आप पानी में होते हैं वैसे भी you feel small and humbled, and then when you experience these majestic creatures, I mean really, we are a speck in the void.
Yeah.
So,
What is the shark cover?
What?
Shark.
Yes,
Shark.
yes.
Shark.
This one or that one. This means a shark. Shark ahead.
But this one's not dangerous.
Guys, we do have whale sharks in Pakistan waters.
I haven't experienced them yet.
Yes, yeah.
Where?
We will eventually.
I think
At
for sight
Channa, at
generally.
Astola Island, near Channa Island.
Yeah.
They're not too far, but usually they come somewhere in September,
Oh.
May, August and September. That's monsoon. So we cannot venture out. But again, our friends WWF of Pakistan has recorded the sites. They have it all recorded on their logs. So they are.
How do they record the?
I think they have their own members, like fishermen, who sail into the sea, and they have the videos and everything.
Okay, fine.
So I think every month or so they spotted a whale shark.
Okay.
Which makes sense geographically. I guess they would be in the area.
It's the same Arabian Sea going all the way down towards India,
course.
Sri Lanka, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. So, Miss Marium, what's your experience? Did you see underwater anything? Jellyfish or something like
We
that?
saw jellyfish ki babies, छोटे. We saw a stingray. Yeah, I was with you, remember? We took a photograph also.
अच्छा?
Like कुछ और दिख रहा है.
And we saw parrotfish. We saw that one really giant fish. It looks like a parrotfish, but it's
Puffer?
pink. No, I want to see a buffer. I haven't seen a
Stonefish?
buffer. Is it
Stonefish is
terrible of me?
camouflage.
I want to know. Is it terrible of me to want to see a puffer fish puffed?
No.
Because I know they're puffed when they're stressed.
Yes, they're
Yeah.
stressed.
So I
Or
shouldn't
they're-
want to see it.
No,
right?
never.
Okay.
I mean, apart from in a natural
Yes.
way, it's fine.
Yeah.
But if you touch it or
No, I
it's
wouldn't
gonna-
do
Purposely
that.
stress ना करें.
So I can like wait around and see if something else stresses it out.
By the way, viewers, Stingray killed Steve Irwin, the alligator man, in Australia.
Don't say these since I cried.
Yeah, I mean, you thought
That was an accident, by the way. That was not
Yeah, don't make the stingray look
Yeah,
bad.
but no, stingray is fine. It's a very good thing, you know.
By the way, Steve Irwin was a huge personality in my life.
Yeah, of course.
When he died, I remember finding out.
You cried a lot?
I cried.
Oh.
I cried. I wrote a letter to his wife also.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, I have it saved somewhere. I didn't know how to send it, but it's written.
But you know what I wish? I wish we had like Pakistani local heroes. I think वो अब आ रहे हैं.
Yeah.
But I'd be so keen to see, you know, Pakistani ocean.
His vibe was just so endearing though. Like just, and then I feel like, you know, I mean, I felt something as human, and I'm sure like animals also like उसकी vibe थी जो सब feel कर रहे थे. A good
उनमें
guy.
इंसानियत थी.
हाँ.
उनमें इंसानियत थी, और इंसानियत हर किसी नेचर से रिलेट करता है.
Yeah, it was a good guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. So, guys, we'll take a small break. Right. We'll be back.
Let the explorer in you in an adventure of a lifetime and discover scuba diving with Indus Scuba, Pakistan's only PADI 5-star dive center, where you can dive into the beautiful waters and conquer your fears. Dive into life and enjoy the ride. So what are you waiting for? Go on a fun dive with Indus Scuba. For further details, visit Indus Scuba. Let the explorer in you revel in an adventure of a lifetime and discover scuba diving with Indus Scuba, Pakistan's only PADI 5-star dive center, where you can dive into the beautiful waters and conquer your fears. Dive into life and enjoy the ride. So what are you waiting for? Go on a fun dive with Indus Scuba. For further details, visit Indus Scuba. Let the explorer in you revel in an adventure of a lifetime and discover scuba diving with Indus Scuba, Pakistan's only PADI 5-star dive center, where you can dive into the beautiful waters and conquer your fears. Dive into life and enjoy the ride. So what are you waiting for? Go on a fun dive with Indus Scuba. For further details, visit Indus Scuba. Let the explorer in you revel in an adventure of a lifetime and discover scuba diving with Indus Scuba, Pakistan's only PADI 5-star dive center, where you can dive into the beautiful waters and conquer your fears. Dive into life and enjoy the ride. So what are you waiting for? Go on a fun dive with Indus Scuba. For further details, visit Indus Scuba. Let the explorer in you revel in an adventure of a lifetime.
Okay, guys, we are back. Thank you all who joined us. I've tried to, reply to all the messages. So back to the storyboard. Mehek, so one last question, right? Before your feedback to the community is, what do you think about females in scuba diving? I mean, do you have any say on that?
I mean, I think as a woman, I of course have a say in this, and as a diver, I have a say in this. मैंने जब कहा था कि मेरे several reasons थे diving शुरू करने के लिए. The last reason which I didn't get to then was that मेरे लिए it's really important कि scuba diving एक recreational activity है, healthy, environmentally friendly, community and ecologically driven activity है, and इसमें gender blind हो सकते हैं. To the extent कि मेरे लिए इट वॉज इम्पोर्टेंट कि औरत भी पानी में खेले. पाकिस्तान में हम देखते हैं कि ज़्यादातर औरत अब जाके मैक्स अपने बस टोज डिप करती है बीच पे, मर्दों का सामान पकड़ के बाद वो जाके पूरा मज़ा करते हैं पानी में. एंड दिस रियली इन्फ्यूरिएट्स मी एज अ पर्सन हु एन्जॉयज़ द वाटर. तो मैं श्रीलंका भी गई, मैंने वहाँ पे भी इन तरह की चीज़ें देखी हैं कि काफ़ी लोग लाइक औरतें पानी के साथ इंगेज नहीं कर रही हैं. सो फॉर मी women and diving is huge because this is a recreational and very very heavily skilled and technical quality जो हर कोई कर सकता है. And I think that's really important. My experience so far being a woman and diving in Pakistan and in another country has been very positive. I think there are chand cheezein that, for example, I had to look up online. You know, if I wanted to check about diving on a menstrual cycle, if I wanted to look up where to change, how to change, what to wear under my wetsuit, ये तरह की चीज़ें I had to look up online जब मैं पहले dive करने लगी. But जब मैंने dive करना शुरू किया, I met all these wonderful women. I met Marium as well. I met several other women divers, fantastic women, and आपके फिर एक support system, आपकी allies बन जाती हैं. So उनके साथ when you have private conversations, and खैर you can also have public conversations, लेकिन उनके ज़रिए आपको और भी सीखने को मिलता है. And
tips and tricks.
Yeah. Just like reality checks, ना कि because काफी for example menstrual cycle के rumors होते हैं that you can't dive on your menstrual cycle. That's not true, right? So it wasn't until I started engaging more with the community कि ये myths को हम debunk कर सकते थे. And then my personal experiences, because Pakistan में हमारी boats छोटी सी होती हैं. I love them. इतनी personality है.
Yeah.
Jugaad is amazing. So I love our boats.
By the way, you are also on Black Pearl, please.
Yeah, of course. No, I have been on Black Pearl as well, which is a stunning majesty boat. But
prefer the small boat though.
I prefer the small boat.
Yeah.
I think
Why?
I don't know उसपे ज़्यादा मजा आता है.
Yeah. No, apart from that, वो journey भी थोड़ी सी break हो जाती है. You're on the road, then you're on the boat. Like there's a lot happening.
Yeah. But so I mean, for example, the Black Pearl. Changing is very easy ना. आपके पास एक washroom है, आप उसके अंदर चले जाओ. It's just फिर भी आप झुक के change कर रहे हैं. And for men it's easy ना, बस कमीज उतार दी, wetsuit पहन लिया, you're done. औरत के लिए I mean I don't think it should be an issue, but obviously in our culture and our context we have to be very aware कि कौन boat पे होता है, and you don't want to upset. I don't like what I'm saying right now, but what I want to say is you have to be cognizant of the community you are in. तो आप बाउंड्री किस हद तक पुश करना चाहते हैं
कि किसी और को मुझे ना अपसेट कर दे.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, don't upset me.
Yeah. And so far that's what I found कि ऐसा केस नहीं है.
Yeah.
जब भी मैं डाइविंग गई हूँ, छोटी बोट पे भी मैं चेंज कर रही हूँ, I have never felt कि कोई मुझे देख रहा है, कोई मुझे जज कर रहा है. I have dived.
You feel secure.
I feel very secure. Yes.
Never felt uncomfortable.
Yeah. So far, and I think that's such a wonderful quality, and I think this has a lot to do with जिन लोगों के साथ आप जाते हैं.
Exactly. Thank you guys.
I think that has a lot to do with it. So it's very important to find the right and safe community to be a part of.
Yeah.
You can feel very exploited with people who are not trained and who are not ethical and not professional. And हम बहुत lucky हैं कि Indus Scuba के साथ हमारा ये experience रहा है, where they are very very ethical.
Yes.
I've changed on small boats, literally जो छोटी area है towel के नीचे, and I've never felt out of place. And I think that's.
By the way, we'll talk about for a minute or so about the small boats and big boats. As per the new regulations by the MSA, those boats who are basically registered for fishing are not suitable for diving or any sort of leisure activities. So eventually we will have more bigger boats for everyone. So next time there will be no smaller boats. Sorry about it. Yeah, it's due to the safety of life at sea.
Yeah.
So Black Pearl only?
It could be
Or
Black Pearl
bigger.
or it could be bigger than Black Pearl. Let's see.
Oh,
Okay.
Look at that.
Fancy. Okay, cool.
So Mehek, any last thing you want to discuss with the viewers? I mean, your feedback, your comments.
I mean, I think सबसे पहली ये चीज़ है कि be ethical, and by ethical I mean be ecologically aware. There are so many cleanup drives for ocean conservation, लेकिन आपको हमेशा system देखना होता है कि अगर आप पानी में भी से कुछ उठा रहे हैं, आप उसको कहाँ फेंक रहे हैं, does it end up back in the ocean? And I think इसमें आपको partners engage करने पड़ते हैं. So I think that's really important. So be very ecologically aware. Look at the systemic challenges we face, and then उसको integration के ज़रिए आप address करें. Don't just work in isolation. So I think that's really important. And I think the दूसरी thing community के लिए कि be more playful in the water. Merely like when I started diving, I was like, this is something I have to do. तो मैं वो उस rigidity से आ रही थी, इसलिए मेरी anxiety बढ़ी हुई थी. But as soon as I came in with okay, you know what, let's just enjoy it a little bit, वो anxiety चली जाती.
Instructor अच्छा था आपका.
Instructor तो बहुत ही अच्छा था. He was very
he took
very
2 years to
patient.
train you, right?
He was very patient.
Right.
So I would say be ecological, be playful, but then also find the right people. I think that's really important. Always find the right people to dive with.
Be safe.
Even when you travel abroad, there are so many unlicensed diving instructors and institutes, and that is so harmful for the environment and so dangerous for you. So do your research.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for showing up.
Thank you.
Miss Mariam.
Why do you have that face when you talk to me?
I mean, you're
Guys,
now-
Mustafa is a great trainer, but every time he looks at me, ऐसा लगता है कि कुछ शरारत होने वाली है.
नहीं.
But
So,
he's a good guy.
same two questions with you, right?
Okay.
Female in scuba diving, how do you think? I mean, in your case? Or?
So it was definitely like Mehek ne online research ki. I was lucky enough to know somebody from the community who helped me out. But I think the message in this is that there is a huge community of women who do dive. So in case you're feeling unsure about certain things, connect with us. Somebody will help you out. There's a lot of stuff online. There's a lot of and even if women who just go on the boat, किसी से कोई बात करेंगे, there will be people to help you out. So that's good for all of us and for all women who would like to dive. कहीं ना कहीं से support मिल ही जाएगी. Don't worry about it. And उसके अलावा Indus Scuba is a really safe place to start out. I have never felt uncomfortable in any way, and I hope that neither will you guys.
हो गया इतना समय.
Women in that.
So,
Women and diving.
yeah. So any
That's it.
feedback? I mean, your last wording apart from yourself as a female diver.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to say before we say goodbye?
Before we say goodbye, guys, do it.
It's about time. People are getting
Yeah,
old.
no, really, because it's we're the city by the sea, and हमें वहाँ जाके skiing करनी है और उधर जाके cliff diving करनी है. But like, if we're not enjoying the sea and our own city and everything that it has to offer, then what have you been doing? So it's definitely an experience that you should do. And conservation is important. I feel like it's one of those things कि जाओ जगह enjoy करो, and then you realize कि it's so precious and it's so beautiful. You have to keep it safe. So expose yourself to the outdoors. It's amazing. So yeah.
Thank you, Mariam, for coming in. Okay, guys. You know what? There's a very good news for everyone. The Sindh government has, will be participating in creating the coastal areas, starting from all the way to eastern borders, all the way towards the Mubarak village. Hopefully next week or maybe after next week. Right now we have cyclones coming in. One is already passed, another is coming in. So we are not diving till mid of November. So I'll keep you in loop what will happen. So as of now, thank you very much for signing in, and thank you Mariam and Mehek.
Thank you for having us.
By the way, your last name is Ali and Ali, if I got confused. So thank you guys for signing in. Hopefully we'll have another great two guests coming in next week. So thank you very much, and Pakistan Zindabad.